This might be slightly long, but it will be short. Um, is someone I know would say I'm going to embarrass someone right now. Delish Matthews, uh, I know you followed up from since when I was in the north, and I said that you were the legitimate African pick uh, on the entire continent, something which was true, but which was not respected due to the format. But the people that did so, if put under the same conditions, would they be able to pull it off? As in the case of you showing your nipple, well, my mother breastfed me. My mother breastfed my little sister. There are laws right now that are fighting for women to breastfeed in public. The perversion was not something that I was going to pay attention to. Albeit I stopped watching Big Brother quite some time ago when it sort of became irrelevant because it was easy to deduce what the network was trying to do. So I missed that. You outclassed Stefan Ludik. And after that, you went on a campaign for road safety. You went on a tour of the country. Heck, you put on that Himba smearing stuff. That showed your capacity. It showed your capacity and, of course, love for your country, which many didn't appreciate. Now, what I noticed was they started to use you as a marketing tool without you having branded yourself. The manner in which you undertook business, if I had known earlier and reached out earlier, would be different. But so far, you have done a lot and you have succeeded. A lot of people got jealous. Why the leash? Right, the leash. And when we were communicating with the Snapchat thing and you kept me company, you kept me company as this is a very lonely place. I'm alone. And you knew that and you kept me company. And I appreciated that. And of course, I wanted to thank you in any way I could. And I tried. Do I love you? Well, yes, I have developed a liking to you for your character and the person that you are. Not the person that people tell me, no, but for the fight in you, the perseverance. Now, there were people that were trying to manipulate you. I know. Most of them middlemen, political interest, and I swatted them. The same thing I did for Job. Now, Job I have put in his place not because we're quarreling, but because I want him to be more attentive. He doesn't yet control his emotions very much, and that creates a big problem. So that's what I want. I want the intellectual Job back, and I'm also doing a lot of work as well as he. So it's better for him to ask and for us to have that dialogue rather than assume, right? Because we are all on the right track. You're also on this track, and I felt horrible about the way you were betrayed as a special person in the newspaper, knowing full well all of the things that you did. I was very appalled of you being called a prostitute because when people come into the country, the tour guide that they want is you. They call you escort. I call you a tour guide. I don't know all of the intricacies, but I do know your story to the extent that the UN, the people that go out into war zones to be peacekeepers and run away back to their country, and in their country they are holed up. So whatever they leave behind, they leave behind. That is for you, so that that doesn't have to happen to any other little girl to grow up without her real father. That's what we're doing. We are stopping that cycle at its core. We don't want it to be a scandal in newspapers about who is her father, and then people going out to Kenya looking for her father, and then in the end portraying your mother as a prostitute, which is why I told you that your mother could write a book, and the book that she could write is about her experience, about how she was able to persevere, fight, and raise you to the point that you have become the woman that you have become today. I don't see why people are jealous of that. The childish side chick thing is nonsense. You helped me when other people wanted to help themselves. Alright? So I'm sorry that you didn't know that it was all being obviously monitored and watched, and there were some people making jokes, there were some people laughing, which is why I said just be yourself. Yourself is enough. So this is the video where I thank you. I thank you for being there for me when nobody else was. Right? And it's not because you were on the Big Brother show. It's not because of what and what. It is one of those coincidental things that become beneficial and impact someone. You made one of the most stressful times quite peaceful. No one else reached out to me in the format that you did. Almost like literally sitting right next to you. That's how it felt. As if I was there too, and I was invited. And you were not showing off, but just showing your environment. So thank you. That is why I said, I got your back. We got your back. The harassment by journalists, the people following you, saying things. I was going through that same stuff, and you helped me with your experience of how to deal with it. I am not the kind of person who takes a man insulting or assaulting a woman lightly. Never will I be. There was a time I spoke to someone and they said, we're used to it. We are used to being called bitch, slut, hoe. And I said, no. That form of self-degradation is a limiting factor subconsciously. And so far, I haven't heard you say that. All I saw was a aggressive side to you, a street side, so to say. I have that too. I have anger problems sometimes. Alright, I can also fold a fist, even though I can hold myself back better now. You know, that should not be seen as some sort of a primitive nature. It was done so by other people, literally by other people who wanted to pit people against each other. Why? Because of their own, or to accomplish their own obligations. So yeah, I do look forward to your snaps. It's almost like being invited to your world. I appreciate it a lot. And through that, and me being who I am, I do pick up a lot of traits, um, which are very good, and I get to understand and know you more. And I said I will make a turn at Bolster, and I will. Uh, Most people were saying, yeah, he wants to go to Bolster so that they can go into the toilet and do their thing or something like that. Just ignore those remarks, those despicable remarks. You're a lady, and I was raised as a gentleman. I was raised disciplined. So this is my thank you video to you, and I think you deserve it.